Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at interception missions. Now we've done some stuff in the past with interception missions, but there have been some interesting questions that have kind of come up recently about them that immediately made me go, wait a minute, I haven't used an interception mission for an aircraft attack in a very long time. So I said, well, you know what, let's experiment a little bit and see if it's what everybody remembers them to be. So what we have here is a pretty typical scenario. Obviously it's how we've had to fast forward, or I should say go back in time to 1958. We have ourselves Otis Air Force Base, which is a lovely air base. I think I've flown over this one a bunch of times in the real world. And of course, we have Providence here as our target to a bunch of supposed Soviet bombers, which could be on their way any second. The reality is, yeah, they're on their way. Obviously, I have no idea how the United States expected the Russians to suddenly show up across Greenland and just, whoo, hey, how's it going? With the ranges of Russian aircraft at the time. But hey, we didn't know any better. So anyway, let's go ahead and fast forward time here. Again, we're just playing a normal scenario here. Go ahead and fast forward, fast forward. Oh, we've detected something. We better set up an intercept. So we're going to do this a couple different ways. The first method, what I'm going to do is set up a basic interception mission, and you're going to watch what happens. So I'll press Control F11. I'll go ahead and say intercept, intercept. And this is an air intercept mission. Strike air intercept. Looks good to me. Press OK. Notice there are no targets. I love the fact that the new version of this now just lets you know, hey, there's no targets. Fine, fine, fine. I'll add all the selected units on the map. Give me a second. Jeez. Let's go ahead and hit that button right there. And now we have a bunch of bogeys, which of course make them hostile bogeys. So now we have a difficult decision. What are we going to launch? We have some 102s, 104s, and 106s. The correct answer, of course, is the 102, even though there's plenty of options here in this particular purpose. Of course, if you're wondering what Group 42 is, yo, Texas Towers. Oh yeah, piece of history. Absolute garbage. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab these real quick. My F-102s, I should have said. Grab them. We're going to go ahead and arm them right away. Already selected ACs. We're going to cheat. Let's see here. Nuclear Falcon today. Mighty Mouse rocket. Why would they think they could hit an airplane with a rocket? I don't get why they did that. Enable quick. That sounds fine for me. Boop. You're ready to go. So the question is, how many of these things are we going to launch at this wave of bombers down here? Well, the answer is yes. We're going to send them all. I'm going to hold on to my F-104s as reserve, only on account of the fact that they don't really have the range some of these other aircraft do, so I'm not going to get too carried away. I'll keep my F-106s kind of behind as well, just in case I need them. Let's see here. Long range, that's kind of fun. The G model. There's so many good choices back then when it came to these things. Go ahead and grab that one as well. Boop, boop. Let's grab the 106s, the 104s. All right, folks, you have the duty. Yes, we could set this as dynamic if we wanted to, but we're going to be okay for now. So I'm not going to change any other settings here. I'll go ahead and hit spacebar. Obviously, we can go into mission settings and tweak this to our heart's content here. I'll open that up real fast. Obviously, we can control how many we're going to launch at a time. I'm a fan of bigger flights, especially in the old days. Oh, no. New targets have been spotted on the horizon. So now watch this. I'm going to go ahead and unpause here. Our aircraft are going to launch right away, and you're going to notice, pause, that these group guys immediately take off. They kick their afterburners up to maximum. Oh, man. F-102s flying out of Otis Air Force Base, and I'm going to pause immediately. Now, what you're probably seeing here is probably not something you had expected. You'll note that when I initially created this mission, I selected this group of targets to be the targets that I'm interested in. What you also notice is almost immediately, this group of F-106s took a left turn and went firing immediately after this group of aircraft that are on the east that are not included in my targets. What you probably notice at the bottom of the screen, see this thing, this is opportunity. This shows the members of the strike team escorts may be distracted from targets when encountering an opportunity target. This means that if I leave this checkbox on, this is an acceptable behavior. As a matter of fact, I'll unpause to let it kind of do its thing here. If I didn't hit that checkbox there, click on that button, that would mean these aircraft here would immediately say, just kidding, and go flying directly into this target here. So let's go ahead and let them kind of go here. They're sort of setting themselves up. At any point, of course, I could order them to break up my intercept operation here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We'll go ahead and now switch to swarm mode. We'll watch all these F-102s do their thing here. Oh yeah, look at this. Classic Cold War action here. Now notice as more targets were detected and engaged, the fireworks begins in earnest. And yes, the Beaumark missiles are not firing, and no, the Nikes aren't firing either. But I will say it might be a good idea to throw my F-104s into the mix here. So let me go grab my F-104s real quickly here and toss them into the mix. You're up. So now my F-104s, as you know, are very fast, but they're also much short-legged here. So as you can see, all the ones that are not mission assigned here are joining in on the interception operation. And they're actually picking on this little guy right here. I don't think he's going to get very far. And you can see he gets splattered, and that mission is a success. Now, unfortunately, my F-104s, you folks can all go home now. we can go ahead and cancel that mission because it's no longer required. But like you notice, because that button was selected, they had no problem chasing after other targets. So let's reset the mission again real fast. All right, we're looking pretty good here. Let's get them good. Looks like we have a group of targets. I'm going to go ahead and do the good old Control F1 here, F11 rather. We're going to say strike this. It's an air intercept mission. Press okie doke. We'll grab our F-102s. We'll ready the selected aircraft. Oops. Helps if you actually select the aircraft you intend to ready. We'll grab the AIM 4Gs here. Man, that's classic. We'll grab the F-106s as well. We'll order them to be ready to go. And we'll grab the Gs. Why not? Because science. And we'll grab, of course, we'll throw the hard urge group in there. And our F-104s, like I said, I like to keep them as reserve. Please do not commit all your interceptors into one mission. It doesn't ever work well. All right, I've set this to wing pylons only. This is the early version of the 104. All right, I'm happy with that. And this time I'm going to go back here, grab the targets on the map, add them, and switch this to focusing on strike targets. Now watch what happens this time. Oh, a bunch of new targets appeared. Now notice my F-102s, 104s, and 106s are obsessed with engaging that group right there, which is awesome because it means I can go like this and order my F-104s to get them. Go get them, zippers. Yes, that's not how you spell zippers, but oh well. Let's go grab my F-104s. We'll order them to do the thing. Obviously, we don't want to be showing multi-mission. We just want to keep it normal. All right, F-104Ds, they're going to get their thing going right away. I'll let them decide how they want to do that. Oh, of course, if I was a smarter person, I would have told them to do add all selected on map. So now if I go ahead and unpause, you'll see that a group of these aircraft get taken off right away, and they're going to go chase down that group that was on my right. Now, looks like our F-102s are just starting to get into range. There's my F-104s. If you're wondering why these guys took so long to get going, it's because they have very, very limited range. If they took off right away, they'd actually run out of gas before they got to their battle zone where they have to do the little dogfighting thing. Look at this, look at this, look at this! 1,200 knots. Come get some. So I'm actually going to press F11 now. Go back to my, see this how strikes this is now inactive? It is inactive because it ran out of targets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press opportunity striking. I'm going to reactivate that mission. Now what you want to do when you reactivate that is you want all these guys to immediately join in on the fun and start engaging this group. But you'll notice they will not do that. The reason they're not doing that is because they are on RTB right now. So if I wanted to, I could actually come back here, grab them, order them back into the mission now. And since I've got in this opportunity scrambling, ideally they'd immediately turn around and join in the fun. So this is a very neat way that in the event that you accidentally goofed up on an intercept mission, you can now get F-102 swarm here. How did that one get through? Oh no. Oh, I thought this was another Russian plane that had survived that. Providence, you live to see another day, and the people who are playing Command have seen kind of a neat way that you can use intercept missions. Enjoy.